You may watch it and be like, yeah, that movie was trash. But
I like rom-com.
it was good. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good movie. But when you sit back and think about it, even from an independent perspective, when you were talking about movies, independent films, nobody doing rom-coms or, I guess I would say wholesome type movies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing in music. I mean, because what feeds the hunger that the people have from a music perspective. I mean, B was telling me last, I think it was, B was telling me about some rapper who made like this real clean, wholesome song, and it went viral. But it's like viral because it's something that we aren't really hearing.
Yeah.
But what drives the algorithm though? I got to talk about girls, hoes and girls and drugs and guns and run up on people. I got to talk about those types of things for my music to proceed to go viral, or for people to listen to it. People like, man, don't listen to no wholesome talking about, you changing diapers.
Yeah, I want to do a movie like a Boomerang where not only is the movie amazing, and mind you, back then all those actors weren't like well known, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna flip it back. Except Eddie. And Grace. Except Eddie, right? And I want the music to be as amazing as the movie. Yeah. Remember when soundtracks used to just be...
soundtrack was dope.
Was amazing.
Bomb. Isn't that where End of the Road was on?
Was it?
Boyz II Men?
It might have been. I remember the PM Dawn that died without.
Yeah, that
was on there.
Yes.
That sound, it had the Keith Washington song. That soundtrack was amazing. Like they made that music, or A&R that music. The New Jack City had an amazing soundtrack.
It did. It had an amazing soundtrack. But now
for the culture, somebody needs to make an amazing romantic comedy with a phenomenal soundtrack to match it.
What was this album? Let's see.
Because we ain't seen a good one since, what's the one with Whitney Houston and all of them on there? Toni Braxton, Whitney Houston, Mary J. Blige.
You talking about a song?
No, the movie soundtrack.
Oh, now you talking about Waiting to Exhale?
Waiting to Exhale.
That was a good soundtrack.
That was on there too. To me, that was like the last just phenomenal soundtrack that matched the movie.
No.
I know they still making soundtracks. They just aren't having the same kind of cultural impact.
Yeah, you had Toni Braxton on here. You had Aaron Hall. Keith Washington, Tonight Is Right.
That was amazing.
I Die Without You, PM Dawn, 7-Day Weekend by Grace Jones. End of the Road. See, I know my boys, the men. Y'all.
Yeah.
Boys, y'all can't see it right here. I know my boys. Yes. So End of the Road was on there. Love Should Have Brought You Home with Toni Braxton.
Amazing record by Toni Braxton.
Amazing record. There You Go by Johnny Gill. Don't Love You by Shanice. Feels Like Heaven by Kenny Vaughan, you know what I'm saying? Hot Sex performed by A Tribe Called Quest.
Which was a crazy song too. They shot a video for that.
Yeah.
Hot Sex on the Platter.
Hot Sex on the Platter.
Hot Sex on the Platter.
That's right. We don't get, I haven't seen, now, once again, we're talking about movies that were in the 90s, right? Even when you think about early 2000s, because what's the movie we're just talking about? Best Man.
Yeah.
Best Man had a dope.
Did it?
Yes.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
I have no clue. I have no recollection. And I heard that, and I know like we talk about sometimes that Issa Rae, she had started like doing a record label thing and signing artists and writers to make songs for her projects. I don't know where that has gone since, but like that is something that, as an independent artist who's trying to get into sync, everybody right now is like, man, sync is where it's at. I'm trying to get on this movie or in this TV show or in this series. Like, I just think that there's a great opportunity in the independent space to marry great music with groundbreaking films. Cause
you had Allure in here. Allure? Remember that?
Yeah.
Maxwell, Lauryn Hill, Kenny Lattimore, Faith Evans, Eric Benet. And then of course the
I
best
don't remember
song,
the songs, but I know all of them people.
The best song on it was the song "The Best Man I Can Be" with Tyrese, Genuine, Case, and RL.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, that was probably the best. But once again, it is a '90s movie, 1999.
Yeah,
and so the quality of music that we had back then is so much different than the quality of music that we have today. When you think about rom-coms like this, Boomerang, even Vampire in Brooklyn.
Oh yeah.
Probably we even consider Vampire Brooklyn to be a rom-com, even though Eddie Murphy was playing
it was
vampire,
more a comedy than
it was more of a comedy, but
it
he fell in love with a girl.
Aspect. Yeah.
Once again, it was in the 90s.
Yeah.
New Jack City wasn't a rom-com, but New Jack City
was in the 90s as well.
It was in the 90s.
Amazing soundtrack. Yeah.
Strictly Business.
Yeah.
Amazing soundtrack.
Yeah. Just saying. I just and don't get me wrong, because I know this music is still being made for soundtracks, and there's probably some great songs on some soundtracks and movies that have been made in the last 5 or 10 years, but the both movie and the music making the impact on the culture like those that we're naming from the 90s, I just don't. I don't know where that's at right now. I think that's an open lane right now I challenge somebody to, because you could literally do it with music that's already out. Think about having a movie where you got Hours and Hours by Money Long in there in one scene. Then you got Folded by Kehlani in another scene. And then you got It All Depends by Chris Brown. And like there's music out there, but nobody has married the music to the cinematography, to the story.
Right. And that's because nobody's doing a rom-com like that. Nobody's doing anything that
for our culture.
Ours. They're doing it for other people's culture.
You go on Netflix, there's always some new romantic comedy or on
with J-Lo and
with on Prime. It's had a couple pretty good ones, but
she was a maid and he was the owner, and they fell in love, and then
or I think there was one recently I saw where Jamie Foxx was like he used to be like a Secret Service agent or something, and then
with your girl Carmen Diaz. Is it Carmen Diaz?
You talking about Cameron?
Yeah, Cameron. Yeah, what's Carmen? Yeah,
was
Cameron.
It Cameron? Diaz. Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
and
that was maybe like a year or two ago.
Yeah, and they had kids.
Yes,
that movie actually was really good.
It was good, right?
It was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
But I wouldn't say that's a black
It absolutely
rom-com,
was not.
right?
No,
I mean
it had technically two minorities, but if you can even call Cameron Diaz a minority anymore, but we don't know what the music was like for that. But I'm just saying that like those movies are being made, just we aren't making them or starring in them. If we are writing them, where is that at? And it's gonna have to be phenomenal because, like you said, we're so programmed to. It's got to be something salacious and quick to catch the attention. Like, for a movie to be good and us to sit through more than 40 minutes of it without scrolling on our phone, it's gonna have to be good. It's gonna have to catch the attention and hold it.
Yeah. Was Creed?
Where's the script? I know it's out there.
Was Creed a rom-com?
Creed?
It wasn't really comedy. So,
no, it was absolutely not comedy. It had a great love story.
Great love story, though.
But it was not
a comedy, though. It was more of like a drom-com or something.
Drom-com.
Dramatic comedy, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? So,
yeah.
But yeah, but I think that's the same thing that happens in the independent music space. They're kind of trapped in that realm where they have to make music that, and it may even go against some of the things that they may be personally.
Yeah.
Right. But they feel like they got to make this. I was in a conversation, not to take it back to the, we were talking about earlier about the music production and making those types of videos. I was talking to a guy who's well known in the music community. He does YouTube videos and stuff like that, has tons of followers on YouTube. And he kind of got out of that same thing because he didn't want to get trapped into the algorithm. Because it's like now they have to make those videos.
Yeah.
Even if they don't want to make those videos. In order to still get their viewership up, in order to still earn some type of financial, reach finances from that, they still got to make those videos. And I mean, some of those videos are actually worthless to watch. Like, my first beat. But you're not, the only thing you're doing is playing it. And you're saying, I put this here, I did this here. This is my first beat. But it's like you got to make that video in order for it to stay in the algorithm.